Shrimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya, Asta Tadasati Shrimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Shri Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dhamma Ki Jai, Mayapur Dhamma Ki Jai, Chamuna Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Srimate Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
I'd like to speak about the spiritual master, the only way in which we can attain pure devotional service. Attachment does not receive awe and reverence. By this means, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is perfection and fulfills all desires. He opens my dark eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us a shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet.
Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai!
Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Branja Jana Nandana Yashodanandana Branja Jana Nandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Giridhardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Ganga Mai ki की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, समावेद भक्तवृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Today's morning class is Canto 6, Chapter 2, Verse 11, recorded September 13th, 1975 in Vrindavan. That's again Canto 6, Chapter 2, Verse 11. Thank you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, 2nd Chapter, verse number 11. Nam Nishkritar Uditar Brahma Vadibhi Tata Vishuddhyati Aghavan Vratadibhi Yatha Harer Namapadar Udahartais Taduttama Shloka Gunopalambhakam Nanishkritar Uditar Brahmavadibhi Nanishkritar Uditar Brahmavadibhi Tata Vishuddhyatagavan Vratadibhi Tata Vishuddhyatagavan Vratadibhi Yata Harer Nama Padarutahartais Yata Harer Nama Padarutahartais Taduttama Shloka Gunopalambhakam Taduttama Shloka Gunopalambhakam
Na nishkutoi ruditoi brahmavadibhi tatha visuddhatai agavan amritadibhi jatha harennama padai rudahitai tat uttama shloka gunopalambhakam. So the Vishnu Dutas, they are instructing the Jamadutas. Now they are authorized person. This Vishnu Duta, they are authorized person. They are not ordinary person. They are coming from Vaikuntha. Just like Narada Muni comes from higher planetary system, Vaikuntha Loka. He is called Devarishi. He travels all over the universes, material and spiritual. He has got special concessions. Sometimes, Bachcha Kota. Sometimes we have got information, the yogis, they can also travel not only within this material universe, but in the spiritual. The instance of Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni, when he committed offense at the feet of Maharaj Ambarish. Maharaj Ambarish was a grihastha, a kshatriya, and king he had to rule over the kingdom. But because he was devotee, he was very respectful. So Durvasa Muni, he was a great yogi. He became very much envious of this king, Ambarish Maharaj, that he is ordinary grihastha dealing with politics, and I am a great yogi known all over the universe, and he is more respected than me. So he wanted to punish him, to show him his yogic power. Sometimes the yogis, they get some power and they misuse it for personal sense gratification. That is the pitfall of yogic perfection. When one gets little power, he misuses it and thereby falls down. So this Durvasa Muni also, what to speak of other paltry yogis, even Durvasa Muni, he became envious. So one day he came to Ambarish Maharaj on the Dadashi day with 60,000 disciples and ordered the Maharaj, today we have come to take a prasadam in your palace, please arrange for this. So that was Dadashi day. You know, on the Dadashi day there is a regulated principle that in the morning at about 9 o'clock one has to take something, prasadam, to break the house, breakfast. So this Durvasa Muni, along with disciples, they went to the river Ganges to take bath, but they were willfully not coming back. So Ambarish Maharaj asked the priest that Durvasa Muni is my guest. I cannot take anything without offering him. So what shall I do? Now I have to observe the Dadashi breakfast. So the Brahmin priest ordered him that, Maharaj, you can take little charanamrita, the water. So according to Shastra, drinking little water is not breaking fast. So it will be not taken with. So with the advice of the Brahmin, formerly the kings, they were guided by the instruction of the Brahmins and great saintly persons. They were not doing anything whimsical. That is not fair. So with the instruction of the Brahmins, he took little charanamrita. And Durvasa Muni was a great yogi, he could immediately understand. Then he came back and became very angry. His idea was to punish him somehow or other, give the dog bad name and hang it. This was his policy. So he was to give some bad name. So he became angry that I am your guest and you have already broken your Ekadashi fasting, so I shall teach you. So he immediately ordered, he plucked one ear and a great demon came. So Durvasa Muni made his caricature of yogic power, and Ambarish Maharaj was a devotee. He did not know anything such magic. He was pure devotee, that's all. So he could simply stand, all right, I am faulty, you can punish me. So this great demon was coming to kill him, and the devotee has no other way than to remember Krishna, So immediately Krishna Sudarshan Chakra came to protect him, and the Sudarshan Chakra immediately killed the demon. Then the Sudarshan Chakra attacked Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni began to flee. He went upper planetary system to Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and this way he wanted protection, but nobody could give protection. They said, no, we cannot give you protection. Lord Vishnu is angry upon you. It is not possible to give you protection. So he then went to Lord Vishnu also in the Vaikuntha Lok. Just see how much powerful he is, that he could go through the whole universe, then enter into the spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, and he could see personally Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu also denied protection. No, I cannot give you protection. You are Vaishnava Aparadhi. You have offended to the Vaishnava Maharaj or Muris. You can be protected only if you go and fall down at his feet, and if he excuses, then my Sudarshan Chakra will not disturb. So, this incident, this Durvasa Muni penetrated through the universe, went to the Vaikuntha Loka, personally saw Vishnu, still he was not protected, and this time took about 1 year. The yogic power, my point was how yogis are powerful, that they can go through the space very swiftly. The modern scientists, they say that to go to the topmost planet within this universe, it will take 40,000 of years. That is their calculation. But this yogi, Ambaris, Durvasa, could go through the universe, not only universe, other Vaikuntha, so within 1 year. This is called yogic power. But still, he is not as powerful as the devotee. He had to come back and fall down at the lotus feet of Ambaris Maharaj. And when Ambaris Maharaj excused him, he was a Brahmin yogi. As soon as he fell down at the feet of Ambaris Maharaj, he said, you are Durvasa Muni, you are so great, powerful, don't put me into this difficulty. What do you want? Now you excuse me. Excuse, if I have got any resultant actions of my past activity, take everything. Take everything. You be saved. This is Vaishnava. And this is our Vaishnava. Therefore, harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. If one may have all the good qualities, but if he is not a devotee of the Lord, yes, his good qualities have no value. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Manorathena asato dhavato hi. They are simply carried away by the mental concoction. This is their qualification. So karmi, jnani, yogi, they are all restless because they are carried away by the whims of mind. And a bhakta is fixed out. Bhajate ma anannabha sadhuriva samantavya. Mahatmanastu mang prartha devi prakriti masi. Bhajanti ananya manaso. This is devotee. They do not like to show any power. Power is already there, just see. This Ambaris Maharaj was not a yogi. He did not know. He was simply surrendered, simply fully surrendered to Krishna. That's all. But he defeated this yogi. The yogi came and fell down at his feet. So a devotee does not require to acquire any yogic power or any jnana siddhi or this siddhi. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakoli asanta. Krishna bhakta niskam ataev shanti. People are after shanti, peacefulness. So it is declared that nobody can get shanti, peacefulness, unless he is unalloyed devotee of Krishna. Annavilasita sunnam, jnana karma dhanamritam, anukullena krishnanushilanam bhakti uttama. This is one. If you have got a pinch of annavilas, then you cannot become a pure devotee. That is not possible. Then Krishna will give you chance to fulfill your annavilas, not Krishna bhakti. He can give you even mukti, but he will not give you bhakti. This is Krishna's principle. Bhakti can be awarded to a person who is fully surrendered, one who does not know anything but Krishna. This is the way. Therefore, it is said, na nishkritai ruditai brahmavadibhi statha visuddhati abhavan vratadibhi. In the Shastras, there are different varieties of ritualistic ceremony, vratas, to counteract our sinful activities within this material world. The material world is so situated that if you do not want to become a sinful man, unless you are devotee, you will be forced to commit sinful activities. You will be forced. Just like you are very good man, but when walking on the street, you are killing so many ants. We have got experience while morning walk. You cannot avoid it. It is not possible. And you are responsible for killing the ant. Then how you can save yourself from the sinful activities? Therefore in the Shastra it is said, padanga padanga jada vipadam. Padanga padanga jada vipadam. If you want to stay within this material world, then padanga padanga. In every state there is danger. Padanga padanga jada vipadam. Natesam. Natesam. Not for them. Who? Samasita di padapallavam plavam mahat padanga punna jasu murari. One who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Murari, means Krishna, samasita, sammakasita, sarvadharman parittajya mamekam, samma, fully. Samma means samma. No reservation. Krishna, I do not know anything more. I simply surrender unto you. Now, whatever you do, accept it. If you like to kill me, kill me. If you want to give me protection, that's all. Anyway, I am surrendered. This is called full surrender. So, the Bhakti Marga, it is clearly said it is, that you cannot be purified simply by performing the Vedic ritualistic ceremony. Na niskritoi. Na niskritoi ruditoi brahmavadini. Brahmavadi means, Brahma means Sabda Brahma, Vedic injunction. So there are many Brahmavadi, just like Manu Samhita, Parashar, he has made Vinsati, Dharma Shastra. So they are authorized things. But still, if you follow the ritualistic ceremonies, if you make atonement according to the Vedic direction, you cannot be fully purified. fully purified because unless you are detestful of this material existence, unless you are determined to go back to home, back to Godhead, if you want to adjust in this material world to be happy, then you have to commit sinful activities. There is no doubt. Therefore it is said that you cannot be purified. Non-iskitai ruditai brahmavadihi satha vishuddhati avavan vritadvi. Avavan means sinful. Every one of us who is in this material world is sinful. So he has to be purified. So this best purification process is devotional service. And the purification process begins annavilasita sunnam, when you have no more any material desires. Then is the purification. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam. Nirmalam. Malam means sinful reaction. And nirmal. If you want to become completely free from all contamination of this material world. Contamination means associating with the different modes of material nature. Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Even if you are associating with Satagun, still it is contamination. What to speak of other, Rajagun, Tamagun. Those who are contaminated by Rajagun and Tamagun, they are fully engaged in lusty desires and greediness. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalo bhagayascha ji. Kama lobha, rajastama, the whole world is infected with Rajagun and Tamagun. Therefore, they are simply absorbed in kama and lobha, lusty desires and greediness. Not that only the poor man is hankering after money. Even the richest man in this material world, he is also hankering. Lobha, I want more, I want more. Krishna is assuring that yoga khemam baham tesham nityavijuktana yoga khemam baham. If one is fully surrendered, I supply him personally. I carry his personal necessities. Yoga khemam vahamiyaham. Not that I ask somebody, but I carry myself. He is giving assurance. So why we should be hankering after other things to become happy? It is foolishness. Krishna assures tesham nitya vijuktanam yoga khemam vaham. So this is the special mercy for the unallied devotee. So unallied devotee means anna vilasita sannam sarvapadhi vinirmuktam. Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam. Upadhi means artificially. I am the husband of this wife. I am the father of these children. I am the inhabitants of America. I am American. I am Hindu. I am Muslim. I am Christian. I am Brahmin. I am fat. I am thin. I am white. I am black. So many things. These are all upadhis. So one has to become free from this upadhi. I am not this, I am not that, I am not this. Then what you are? Gopi bhattu padakamale dasa dasanu dasa. When one becomes like that, I am the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, Gopi. This is called parampara system. This is our real identification, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam. So if you want to be happy, you cannot become happy by your so-called endeavor, by tidbits, this I'll do and I'll be happy. This is all nonsense. You can be happy only when you fully surrender to Krishna. without any abhilash. Therefore, even the big karmis who are able to perform big costly sacrifices, karmis they do, big. You will find even nowadays, of course, there is no yogic Brahma at the present moment. Still, if you advertise that here there will be big yajna, you will get lots of money immediately. There will be yajna. But in the Kali Yuga, there is no yogic Brahman, no yajna will be successful. Kriteja jadatu makhai, kriteja dhyayatu Vishnu, tretayam jadatu makhai. Makha means yajna. You cannot perform yajna now. It is not possible. Where is the ghee? Where is the grain? People are starving without food grain. How you can forward tons and tons of food grains, ghee or sacrifice? That is yajna. So this is not possible. Up to Treta Yuga it was possible. Kriteja dhyayatu Vishnu. In meditation, this is a first. There are so many foolish people, they are misled by other rascal meditation. What meditation? Meditation is so easy thing. Valmiki Muni meditated for 60,000 of years. Then he got perfection. So who will get that opportunity? It's all first. Meditation is first. Yajna, the so-called yajna is also first, because there is no yogic Brahman. The yogic Brahman would ignite fire by mantra, not matches. Where is that yogic Brahman? So this is not possible. Kriteja dhyayatu Vishnu tretayang jatato makhai dapare paricajayang kalutad hariki. This is the Shastric injunction. You have to take this process. If you want to be perfect, then you have to take the Shastra Vidhi. If you don't take Jasastra Vidhi Mutsajja Bhattate Kamakaraka na siddhim sa bhagavati na sukham na param. If you don't accept the injunction in the Shastra, especially when Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is instructing him in the Bhagavad Gita, that is the essence of all Shastra. You take that, then you will be happy. Otherwise not. So here it is said that Bhagavan, the sinful man, cannot be purified by simply this ritualistic ceremonies, atonement, or keeping some vows, vrata. Then how it is possible? Because everyone is Jatha Hare Nama. Therefore it is recommended. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Iva Kevala. Kalau Nastaiva, Nastaiva. The same thing. You will never find the injunction of the Shastra contradicted. In the Agni Puran it is said, and in the Srimad Bhagavad also the same thing. Agni Puran says Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam, and here in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said Jatha Hare Nama Padai Rudavritai Uttama Shloka Gunopalam. Hare Nama means chanting of the holy name. That is simple. But when you chant Hare Nama, then you gradually understand what is Hari, what is his form, what is his quality, what is his activities. Then you can understand. Because without Hare Nama, your heart is dirt. Chetadarpana marga. Unless your heart is clean, you cannot understand what is Hari, what is his name, what is his form, what is his quality, what are his activities. You cannot understand. Atasya Krishna namadi na bhavet graham indriyai. Your blunt nonsense senses, if you utilize, you cannot understand Krishna. Therefore people are not understanding Krishna, neither are they understanding the value of Harinam. because their senses are blunt, contaminated with these my qualities. They cannot understand. But this is the only way. Cheta darpanamarjanam, bhava mahadavagni nidbhav. Because we have to purify that this is the only method. Chant Hare Krishna. Then you will gradually purify. Punnat sabana kirtana. Punnat sabana kirtana. Sinnatang sakata Krishna. Punnat sabana kirtana. If you hear, if you chant about Krishna, uttama sloka, as it is said, jad uttama sloka gunopalambaka. So many benefits are there. So the Hare Krishna movement is so important that everyone should take it very seriously. Sada kirtaniya sada tinadapi sunichena tarorupi sahisnana amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. This is the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then difficult it is padam padam jad vipada. In this material world there is only vipada. There is no sampad. Foolishly we think that I am very nice. What is nice? You have to die next moment. What is nice? But these foolish people say, yes, I am nice. You ask anybody, how are you? Yes, very nice. What is that nice? You are going to die tomorrow. It's still nice. That's all. This is good. So it is padang. They are making scientific researches to become happy. But these rascals, they do not know how to stop death. What is the nice? But they have no brain to understand. But Krishna said, these are the problems, my dear sir. You scientists, you are trying so many things. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi, dukkha doshanudarsa. First of all, find out what is your problem. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. You have to take birth, you have to die, you have to suffer from disease, you have to become old. Stop it first of all, then talk of scientific advancement, otherwise you are nonsense. Thank you very much. Hare.
Srila Prabhupada's class are always pretty short, but easy to remember, isn't it? That's why, this is the reason why Prabhupada, he would have no more than half an hour talk. Because sometimes people, they talk a lot, but then it's very difficult to keep something in the pocket and walk away with some memory or something. But Prabhupada's, points here, they're very, very nice. How did he start the class, Prabhupada? What, in connection with what? What is the sixth canto about? Second chapter, text 11. Huh? Who were coming on a scene? The Vishnudutas. Prabhupada said they were traveling from the spiritual world and they came to stop the Yamadutas. And then Prabhupada said, that people, scientists, they can't understand, the traveling, from the spiritual world to this material world. For great personalities, for Vishnudutas, it's not a big task. They can appear within seconds. But then he gave a material example of a yogi. Even if you practice yoga, then you can travel also to the spiritual world. And who he used as an example? Durvasa Muni, yes. And how long it took him to reach the spiritual world? Huh? Only 1 year, yes. And that's amazing. He had, how many disciples he had? 60,000 disciples, yeah. And he became envious. You can see that's why yoga, even yoga, meditation is a material. It's a tool, how to bring someone a little bit close to Krishna. But it's not the what do you say, the principal target. It's not the means. It's not the goal. The goal is bhakti. You know, you serve Krishna. It's not a tool. Bhakti is a devotion. It's a feeling. But then when you go back home, back to Godhead, you carry on serving. So it's not that it serves you only to travel to Krishna and then it leaves you. So bhakti is something higher, superior. And what was the apparat that he made towards Maharaj Ambarish? He became envious because, you know, yeah, he wanted to punish him. Why? Why? Yes, Govinda. Yes, yeah. And he said, you know, this is just a householder, a king, materialistic person. How come he's worshipped more than me? I am a yogi, a saintly person, a rishi. So this is the mentality of sometimes of a devotee who thinks himself advancing. We have to be very careful, even when we advance in spiritual life. And then we see a simple new devotee or simple person, you know, doing great task. We should never become envious of that person. It means he's favored by God. Like, you know, a few days ago I gave a a book to someone famous. Do you know who it is? Simon Cowell. And some people, you know, they said, oh, he's materialistic and this. But actually, Krishna unconditionally, he can show his mercy and favor to anybody. You don't have to be a Danidra Narayan, a poor man, to be favored by God. He can favor a wealthy person, a beautiful person, a famous person. He can favor anyone he wants. And he got attracted towards the Bhagavad Gita. There were so many people around, and he just pierced through, and he came towards me, and he said, I know you. I recognize you. You are famous. I said, no, I'm not famous. I said, I'm a man of God, but actually because I had a Bhagavad Gita in my hand. So that's what happened, you know, when you carry the power of God, that Prabhupada said at the end here, you know, that the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the old Shastra. Why? Because it carries the holy name, isn't it? And then he said, you know, by reading the Shastra, purifying yourself, sarvopade vinirmuktam, taptaraptena nirmalam. The senses, they become purified. It's Krishna himself. He's the only one. Indriya Vyapara, what is it? Indriya Rishikesh Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. With the Bhakti Yoga, we can elevate ourselves, purify. But it's ultimately Krishna that purifies our senses. It's not the service that we do. The service has to be for somebody. And that somebody show the grace by purifying our senses. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. You could serve anybody, but you get purified. You could serve children, you could serve, sick people, but it doesn't mean you get a purification. You may get some goodness. But if you serve Krishna, that person, he will reciprocate by purifying your senses. Rishikenam, Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. The master of all the senses. So, Prabhupada then, he said that to cross the cosmic manifestation according to the scientific calculation, how long would it take? No, he gave another figure. I think I wrote it down. Yeah, sorry, what did he say? You got it? 40,000 years, yes. 40,000 years to cross cosmic manifestation. But Durvasa Muni did it in 1 year. And you can see that you have to cross, the older Chartusloka, the 14 planetary system, and Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. And then you're not there yet. There is the causal ocean. And then there are so many layers, so many universes. It's a long journey. And 40,000 years, you can see how many lifetimes you have to take a birth and die within this span of these years. It's many, many lives just to cross. But, he feared for his life because he made an aparad, an offense to a pure devotee. And he went to Lord Shiva, to Krishna, Vishnu. But did Vishnu could protect him? He couldn't protect him. What did he tell him to do? Yes. To who? Yes. That's the thing, when we, if we offend someone, it's useless to pray, come in front of Krishna and pray Krishna. Pray to Krishna, please forgive me the offense I made it today. I have a motto when I go to bed. I always, did I offend anybody in the street? To anybody. Even a materialistic person. Sometimes if they don't take the book, you could feel rejected or something, and you could react. But actually, it means they're not ready. I have a much better understanding now. If they take the book, they're ready. If they don't take it, they're not ready. It's their problem, it's not my problem. So why should I get upset about it? We should not force living entities to, advance spiritually or to take a book or to be nice. Just accept the reality and the circumstance, whether you are treated nicely or whether you're treated with contempt, but never react. So when I go to bed, I always think, I don't pray to Krishna, but I pray to those who I may have offended. Please forgive me. That's more powerful than begging forgiveness to Krishna. You could go on chanting 16 rounds, 64 rounds, but then you offend the devotees. You offend, we make so many offenses, like Prabhupada said, padam padam, what is the verse? Yat padam atisham, that even when we walk, my intention was I dropped off my son to the station, but then he come to the temple. It's a good intention, but maybe I've offended many hands. Prabhupada, he mentioned in the class, we kill many hands, we breed insect, we kill them, and the greatest offense actually is to kill someone, isn't it? So we make offenses all the time. That's why we keep chanting. And of course, the Lord is kind. As soon as you beg forgiveness, to a devotee. Devotee is even more kind and merciful than the Lord. He forgives, like Maharaj Ambarish represents the epitome of Vaishnava behavior. He forgave Durvasa Muni. So bhakti is higher than yoga, you can see. You cannot fall down with bhakti, devotion. You don't become proud. Just like, Hiranyakashipu, he worshipped Lord Brahma like a yoga position, austerity, for 1,000 years. 100 years or 1,000? 100 celestial years or 1,000 years? What was it? Anyway, it's there in the... the old body was eaten by the ants, tremendous austerity. But the boon that he received from Lord Brahma, they could not protect him because he became proud. Along with the boon, you get pride. Lord Brahma represents the mode of passion, and from the mode of passion comes pride. But the same devotee, the same son, Prahlad Maharaj, he worshipped Vishnu, but in a simple way. He didn't have to do any austerity, just with bhakti. And he got granted the same boon like his father. He could not be killed. He couldn't be killed by elephants, by the fire, by the snakes, everything, yeah. But he didn't become proud. He became humble, because humility is from the mode of goodness. And Lord Vishnu represents the mode of goodness. So he can never fall down by worshipping Krishna. That is why it's not recommended to worship demigods, for this reason. So anyway, then what Prabhupada said at the end, how did he wind up the class? Everybody liked it, everyone. How did he wind up the class? What did he say, yeah? Yes. Yes. And, we are all tied up by birth, old age, disease, and death. And he mentioned a couple of verses to become free. Sarva, Padi, Taptaraptena, Rishikesha Rishikenam, Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. This is a very nice verse. That to achieve the purification from Krishna, one has to become free from what? What is upadi? Designation. That I am a father, I am a wife, I am a cat, I am a dog, I am a mother, I am a man, I am a black. These are all designation. Yam vyam papis maram bhavan tajyante akante kalevaram. Whatever you're thinking at the time of death will determine the shape of your body, whether you're going to be black, brown, yellow, or white. So we are the architects of our action. We can't blame God for it. The body that we have means we deserved it. We don't get what we desire, but what we deserve. Some they're beautiful, some they're a little less beautiful, some they're fat, some they're skinny, but then again, spiritual life, you see, transcends everything. The male concept of life, the gender, transcend the color of the skin. I am American, I am Indian, Italian, English. It transcends everything. Whether you are an animal, but when you take up spiritual life or some seva, service to Krishna, you become free from all this designation. Prabhupada said, then Chetodarpana, this is the Chetodarpana Marjanam. And he quoted it 3-4 times, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. Kaluna steva nasteva nasteva katiranyata. That's the message of the Shastra. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Prabhupada mentioned that we should embrace this verse, this Harinam, chanting. It's important. It's the crown jewel of the activities of the age of Kali. We have Govinda going every day, Harinam. That is wonderful, because it's the only way to purify ourselves and to purify the environment. The environment doesn't mean just the material world, but also the living entities, the trees, the plants, the ants, the human beings, and it purifies the demigods as well. You're so powerful when you chant the holy name of Krishna that you purifies those who are almost God. They don't say, "Oh, I'm higher. I'm in the heavenly planets." And what is this? They are the names of God, because you are uttering the names of their Lord. So they're getting purified. They listen with the rapt attention. So it's all purifying. And Prabhupada is a messenger. He never said, I am God. So he came to give this wonderful gift of the holy name, the Bhagavad Gita, which is the map. When you open, you're lost in a forest, the mountains. I was watching a movie some time back about, these kids, they got lost in Siberia or Alaska somewhere. And, they had the map, helped them to get out, to get out of that labyrinth situation. So the Bhagavad Gita is the greatest map. Open up, it will show you the path, how to get free from birth, old age, disease, death. Purifies everybody. It's not just for distribution to purify the conditioned souls. Every time I go out, I always read one verse, just one verse from the Gita before starting my journey to distribute books. And you get empowered by the book. Krishna is speaking there. And as soon as you open up, the Lord becomes manifest. It's not an exaggeration. Prabhupada, very esoteric and erudite speaker, because he's empowered by the Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, by the holy name, by the Lord. So, and we go to people and we ask, how are you today? When I distribute books, they say, oh, I'm okay, I'm nice. But of course I don't tell them what is nice about dying. Prabhupada said at the end, there is nothing nice in life, in a material life. We are all dying. Every minute we're close to death. We could die any days. Nice, beautiful girl died in nice devotee, a disciple of Giriraj Swami, only 21 years old, Mohini, from Pune. She died yesterday, while I was distributing books, and I did a song together with her. Very devotional girl. She always lived with this MD disease, and she was in bed. But she was in bed all her life, but she was running spiritually. She was running. One of the greatest athletic devotee that I've ever seen, and very devotional. The whole ISKCON loves her. She wrote a book. And she did a lot of preaching from the bed. And she died very peacefully, surrounded by devotees. Giriraj Swami was chanting mantra. So we can die any moment, any second. There is no guarantee. Not astrologer can come to you and say, you don't worry, you got 40 years more. don't trust that person. It means he's trying to sell you something. So, but the Shastra, Prabhupada is telling the truth. There is nothing nice about material life. We can die any moment. Any questions? Yes. What? No, but if you speak in a microphone, there is a...
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have a question regarding this. If you commit some offenses to devotees, and then you ask for forgiveness several times, and they still hang on it, they dwell on it for years and bring it up again and again, and you feel like you already said, I'm sorry, several times. How shall one accept this, take this? What is the answer to this?
Good question. Yes, you find it, even sometimes people, they sue on TV, on the news, they sue someone, and even though the person says sorry, look at Boris Johnson. He said sorry many times. Of course, that's another thing. The repentance is there. It's like, my answer is like switching the fan. Some fan, they still go around and takes a long time to stop. So you have to tolerate the fresh air on your face. So you say sorry to someone and the person, still keeps, bringing it up, and you have to, Lord, who is Lord Shiva? Said, one who tolerate there is a very nice verse from Lord Shiva. I forgot that. The Govinda. One who suffer. That's the one, yes. You want to give translation?
One who undergoes suffering for the sake of suffering humanity to perform the highest form of worship.
Yes. So you carry on your service. Don't get discouraged. And don't get reactive, angry. That, I've forgiven, I've apologized. What else do you want? That's not the mood. You have to just the answer is do nothing. You've done your bit with sincerity. The rest live up to the providence. The fun at some point will stop. Yes. Does it make sense?
There was I asked a similar question where it seemed that I was asking Jananivas about a similar thing. What could I do if the forgiveness doesn't come? That somehow there's no there seems to be no rectifying the situation. And he said to me a thing. He waited a minute. He ponders, and you're sort of there waiting for the answer. He says, that some things we have to let time look after.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Krishna's time. Time kills, and time heals.
Hmm.
And that occurred to me. So actually, still I should be aware of it. I felt, but there's also Krishna in the picture too.
Yeah.
Somehow.
There's very nice reflection from Saint Francis or Saint Augustine, one of the two, one of the three, or Saint Martin. I was brought up in a Catholic monastery, but I remember the quote, and it's all about this. That I shared this with Jadweda Swami. He wrote it down and he loved it. Now he quotes every time. Sometimes he gives a class and he quotes it, and he loved it. When we commit an offense or something, or sinful activity or whatever it is, then we have to use these 4 R. ours. Realize that the mistake you made, repent or regret, one of the two, and then rectify, with some service, you do something for that person, and then reconciliation. Then that's how we do. We've been for so long in this material world, and we repent, we regret, we become a devotee. And then we realize that we were on the wrong path, and then we regret by becoming devotee. And then we rectify ourselves with devotional service. And then in this way, we achieve a reconciliation with Krishna. Does it make sense? So that's something, that to think about. Anything else? Govinda, you want to add anything else? I always like to hear Govinda. And then we have a Taruna.
Well, I just want to say that at 9:15 in Prabhupada's room we have bhajans. And regarding that question, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shastra says, obviously you can't take shelter of the holy name if you've offended a Vaishnav. You have to get forgiveness from that Vaishnav. However, if the Vaishnav doesn't give you forgiveness, then you can take shelter of the holy name, and I think you get forgiveness that way.
Yes, yeah, that's far.
But you have to sincerely try and get forgiveness from the person that you offended.
Tarun, Prabhu.
Just something regarding...
Sorry, I don't want to hold back. If you're hungry, you can go for breakfast.
Something regarding the Durvasa Muni. He actually didn't leave. He didn't leave this universe. He took shelter. He took darshan of spiritual Vaikuntha within this universe, which is very high, just before coverings start. There where he went. So no yogi can quit this world. Arjuna could because he was pure devotee, and there's some other instances. But Durvasa Muni went just to this. There is a special Vaikuntha planet within this universe. There are actually about 4 expansions of Vaikuntha within this universe.
Yeah,
Another
thank you for...
Dhruva one is on Milk Ocean within this universe.
Yeah.
And of course there's Adishesha, which is expansion of Anantashesha within this universe, which holds the crust of the Bhumandala.
So that's where he went.
There he went. Although
Take
it took
shelter.
him a year, but he didn't quit this.
I remember something on that line, yes. Well, on that note, we wish you a good day, and go and enjoy your breakfast. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare